Hello, everybody. Now we're figure we'll do something live here. It's not really the greatest, not the greatest shot, but washed and put some clay bar on and just taking off the final coat of, well, just taking off some of the wax here. I'm using some Colonite 476S on this thing, and it was not terrible, but there were some bugs on the front, and it's a nice sunny day. So I figured I'd spend a little time just going over it and, you know, shining her up. So just join me while I'm washing and waxing over here. I'm gonna try and put this camera somewhere where you can actually see what's going on. So see if I can find a good spot for this thing. Let's see, is that gonna work? Kind of, maybe, not really. Do it like that idea. Looks awesome. Love the color. Thanks, man. It's that FN4 Vivid Teal that they had in the late 90s. What's up, Shogun? Yeah, so cool. I just got the hood left to do, and the hood, the tailgate, and then I'm also going to dress the tonneau cover here. So we're going to use a little bit of this on the tonneau cover here. This crown leather and vinyl vitalizer. So we're going to use that in a minute. But I just got to get the wax off the hood here. And yeah, you missed all the exciting bits. But hey, I am extremely sorry. I dropped everybody here. I gotta come up with like a good mount for this thing. I'm sorry. You guys can thumbs down the drop. That kind of sucks, but I'm not exactly sure how I want to set this up where everybody can see it without it falling. So I think if I can do like some kind of like half-ass thing with this. Well, that's blocking the camera. What if I do it like this? What if we do it like... Hey. Look at this shit. Alright. Oh, man. I gotta apologize. I'm not really, like, prepared for this today, so... Anyways. This is what we're using on the truck today. It's Colonite number 476S. We used some McGuire's soap on it. That was nice, and I had it inside, and then I chamoised it, so now it's inside. Because I don't want to bake the wax on. So, yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's this phone wants to drop everywhere. So, it's pretty nice out here today. About, I'd say it's in the mid-80s right now. Oh yeah, no problem, Steven there. That's cool. Yeah, we did that on I do that on basically every truck, the Pathfinder headlight swap. I've done it 3 or 4 times now, and it's definitely well worth it. I don't care if people flash me because you get these asshats and these Chevy, lifted Chevys, and they just blind the shit out of me anyways. So, too bad, so sad. If they can't see, oh well, sue me. Anyway, so this is all we're doing. Some of you might be like having a heart attack right now going, "Ooh, what's he doing, man? He's killing the paint." Tell you what, this paint is 8 years old already, the hood. I had it painted back in 2012. And it still looks good, so I'm not terribly concerned with being a perfectionist on this thing. So I did do a clay bar on this thing, which is all I did was use soapy water, and I went over it. It didn't need it. I did clay bar last year, and I've put like 2,000 miles on it since last year, so it really didn't have much. There was some bugs caked on the front. Those just came right off, so no big deal. So it's smooth as can be. Hood slots always catch part of the towel. And this looks like crap. A little extra light. So you've been asking, probably asking about where Pathfinder pickup has been. I have not done anything with it lately. Nothing at all. I have not done anything with Pathfinder pickup in quite some time. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I couldn't afford to. It's just, you know, timing. For some reason, I seem to have misplaced bolts. That always happens in a major project, it seems. So, yeah, I had to order the bolts for the engine and transmission to be bolted together. And those are not going to be here till like next week. So, yeah, kind of on hold here. I guess I could go to the hardware store and get regular bolts, but something about just having the right length right out of the box seems to be the most, seems to be the best part, the fastest thing, you know. Ooh, shiny. Yeah. Hang on, I'll get you guys a view of this hood. Hang on a second here. And then the tailgate's the only thing left to do. Alright, let me grab this real quick. If you guys have any questions at all while this is going on, just so. Alright, back to live. Alright, I'm going to swap this camera around here real quick and show you guys. Alright, so that hood, that was painted back in 2012 by Ryder Restorations up in East Rochester. As some of you might know, this truck hit a deer in 2011. It was like the day before it was supposed to go around Watkins Glen for the Nissan festival that they were having there. They were doing the Vintage Fest, and the night before I cleaned it up, I was driving home and a deer jumped right out in front of me and I hit it and it completely crumpled the whole right front. It just pushed it all the way back into the door. The core support was killed, battery box was killed, hood, fender, bumper, grill, headlights. It was bad. So I didn't go through insurance. Actually, it only had comprehensive, or it didn't even have comprehensive on it. It only had liability on it. So the insurance company wasn't going to pay anything anyways for it, and they were probably going to total it out. So rather than get a salvage title, which I didn't want at the time, actually I didn't want it at all, I decided to out of pocket pay for all the parts and pay for all the labor. And it was expensive. We had to put this on the frame machine. We had to straighten it out, pull this corner back into shape, weld in the new core support, and then of course I had to replace the hood, which is an OEM hood. That's not an aftermarket hood. That's an OEM. I replaced both fenders with 4x4 fenders. Obviously, so the hood was like a few $100. Both fenders were a little bit extra money on top of that. Core support, that's a OEM factory bumper. That's not an aftermarket bumper. That's actually for a Pathfinder. As most of you know, I think it was after 94 or 95, they went to a one-piece front bumper. I like the front bumper, so I went with the one piece there. And then this door was completely crushed in. Like buckled in right here, so the body shop actually pulled it back out, was able to, I guess they welded studs onto it and pulled each stud till the door came back into shape. And as you can see, the body line, it's pretty damn close. I mean, I told him, I'm like, as good as you can get for a guy on a budget. Now this is a reflection. This is actually the wall here. So like if you look here, that's the wall. That's my paint shine that I got. That's what they did. And from the door back, from about halfway down the door here back, that's all factory stuff. That's all factory paint. So if you look here, this part of the truck has never been painted. So the Florida truck, and you can see the reflection of everything right in here. So all I did was just keep buffing it and polishing it. So yeah, that's why it's like there comes a point where a vehicle starts to own you. And if I had my choice, I would probably not do this again. I would probably stick with something that's a little bit rattier, just so I could actually, like, you know, I don't know, have some fun with it rather than have it in the garage all the time, just hiding from the elements. But yeah, you can see the paint job that they did on the hood. So like that's the back of the shop. You can see that. So I'm quite happy with how clean it is. It's just, it takes a lot of work. I don't want to drive it ever. So now that my daily driver is dead, which I'll tell you guys the story about that in a half second here. Let me just give you a little bit of an inside view here. If anyone watched the video last year, that's my 240SX steering wheel, which I love. That was the best internal mod that I've done to it. It. For some reason, I have no idea how a steering wheel made a vehicle handle better. It doesn't make any sense at all. But for some reason, this truck doesn't. It feels completely different. I don't know why, but that's it. It's silly. So back out here. The proper name for the 1991 D21 King Cab. I'm not exactly sure, because that would be what I would call it, a 1991 D21 King Cab. Hardbody. Some people argue the Hardbody name, saying it's just a marketing moniker, but as far as I'm concerned, if it came out of a Nissan Nissan brochure with the Nissan name on it and it's Nissan factory, then I would have to say that it was officially called the Hardbody, because Nissan wouldn't sign off on something like that and have another company just go, oh yeah, by the way, we named your truck for you. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. But there's a lot of online shenanigans that gives a lot of misinformation. So on infamousnissan.com, I did the Hardbody history thread, and I was working in conjunction with an old Nissan designer, and he gave me a lot of information. So there's a lot of info there. Cool. So the only thing that needs to be fixed is, for some reason, I don't know why, this label, I replaced this label back in 2010, and for some reason part of the N broke off. So I was thinking about just taking the heat gun and just pulling this whole thing off and just going with black. So repping the infamous. Got Frontiers and Legos, just waiting for a mission. I got some nice doors here, just waiting for a mission. Oh, so that's it for that. I think we're clean. All right, so I'm going to take you guys outside real quick, and I'm going to show you what happened to the daily, or I'll tell you about the daily. Well, it's not a daily anymore, so that's awesome. That's great. I'll sell you the wheels. Everything's got a price. All right. This poor thing over here. God, this is a tragedy. Let me get in it. I'll tell you the story. Oop, do I have the keys? I do not have the keys. Okay, so I was driving back from the dog park probably about a month ago, and the temperature gauge on this thing just started skyrocketing. Just kept going and going and going, and Finally, it started making terrible noise. I got it home after it quit twice, and it's got the oil pan is completely full of coolant. So either the head gasket let go or the timing cover let go. I'm not sure which, but it runs great, but you put any coolant in it and exhaust or combustion is actually coming out of the radiator. So if you pull the cap off, it just sprays coolant everywhere. It's got 240,000 miles on it, and I'm done with it. Even though I only put like 6,000 miles on the thing, I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to go get a more reliable daily, because even if I put a motor in this thing, it's still got 240,000 miles on it, and that's really not something you want when you're trying to drive, you know, 40 miles one way to work. So I figured that I'm going to pull the cab off for this one. I'm going to pull the cab off, save all the good bits, which is quite a bit of good stuff on this thing, and then I'm going to put it on. And I haven't talked about this one in a while. Anyone recognize this truck? It used to be the Rallycross race truck from 2013, the one that rolled over. I've had it for this entire time, and I have not done anything with it other than take the cab off of it and try and sort things out. It's been sitting in my yard since 2013. I don't think it's run since then, but that's all going to change, because I'm going to take the cab off of that other truck, the daily, or the former daily, and drop it on this truck. This truck's still got a 96. You're not going to be able to see much. It's going to have to be cleaned up. It's sat for, what, 7 years now? 1996 engine, 1996 transmission. It's got a welded H233B rear axle with 4.6 gears in it. I don't know if you can see that. The frame has been Z'd. So if you look here, the frame comes up here, and then it goes up, and then it goes back. And it's been braced. This thing was fully caged when it rolled. The reason the previous owner did this, he was a friend of mine, was because the Rallycross rules were that it had to have the factory location of the suspension, but it had to be lowered. So by Z'ing it, we were able to keep the factory suspension back here, but it lowered the frame down, you know, just like mini truckers do. You know, mini truckers will Z the frame and stuff like that. So yeah, it was Z'd, braced. It's really not, it's not terrible. It won't take a lot to get it running again. It's really in pretty decent shape. So I'm gonna throw the cab on it, and there you go. Oh, I'll message, yeah, just message me on Instagram about the wheel price. Which ones are you looking at? Because I usually keep this set, I keep for winter, because I'll put those on this truck and store them for winter. These ones I've been kind of like back and forth on what I want to do with them. I like them. I like the idea that I have them, but they don't really like fit the personality of anything that I'm building at the moment. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm on the fence with that. So yeah, you guys got any other questions about anything going on around in the shop? Because I really haven't been doing a whole lot. The Legos? All right, yeah, message me on Instagram. I'll talk to you about, we can chat about those. Shipping is probably going to be stupid if I have to ship them real far, so just warning you. But I'll be fair on the price of the wheels for sure. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going over to my buddy's shop. He's the one who's got the Pathfinder pickup in his driveway, well, in his shop. So we're going to try and get that engine and transmission stabbed together so we can at least lift it up and set it on the frame. I want to be able to drop it into the truck so I can finally say the truck is supercharged. Even if it's not running, I can sit here and go, it's got a supercharger in it. But it seems like for every time I get that ambitious, I just end up, getting sidetracked on other projects and everything. So it's just kind of like it's been tough. So, but I think we're just about ready. The clutch and the flywheel got done last time, which was, I can't believe that that's been like almost a month and a half ago that I did that. Um, it's been crazy stuff here. I actually picked up another daily. I got a Toyota Sienna van now that I'm going to be trying to get on the road, just as a daily. Um, just because if, I don't want to be attached to the dailies. The dailies are those are vehicles that gotta just go to work, go shopping, get dinged, but be reliable and get good fuel mileage. I don't want to take this as a daily. I've been driving this one as a daily for like the last month now, and it's driving me freaking wild. So, yeah, yeah, it's not a bad van. It really isn't. I'll show it to you. It's just got some issues that need to be addressed, and so we'll see what's going on here. But yeah, this is it right here. I just put the light bar on it the other day because I live out in the country. It's pretty clean inside. It runs nice. It came to me with a slew of lights on the dashboard, but I seem to have got most of them out. So I just got to do a little bit of exhaust work. There's a brake line that's leaking. I had to fix a power steering line. It's got brand new brakes. So, yeah, it's got brand new brakes in the front, brand new brakes in the rear. Yeah, it's pretty clean. Dog loves it. He thinks it's great. So I figure this will make a good runner for me. Not terribly exciting, but hey, it's a Toyota. It can't go wrong. Not really rusty. And I might as well show you the other one, because this one I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. But this is the red Pathfinder I bought about a year and a half ago. This is just sitting here. I think this is well, I did 2 videos on this one. This one was the turning a Pathfinder into a drift truck. So I'm going to probably try and find myself an old cab, like something from like the 30s or whatnot, and drop it on here and power it. It'll be, I have a, let's see if I got anything good here. The collection. Got the transmission collection, and then we got the engine collection. So there's this, that's NV3500. That's the NV3500. That's a 2-wheel drive V6 hardbody pickup transmission, very similar to the 300ZX, just slightly different gearing, and I think it's a different length case. And then that's a 4-wheel drive Pathfinder. There's a stick. It's not an auto. It's a stick. Transfer case and everything on it. Under here, under this mess, I'm actually going to scrap this, but that's a KA. That was running. It's been sitting for many years with the head off, so I think it still spins by hand. And then this needs a lot of cleanup, but this is the 4.8 LR4 that I've been thinking about what I want to do with that. That was running. That was out of a 2001, so that's stock. That was like 295 horsepower, I think. So that'd be kind of fun in a Pathfinder frame, I think. The KA motor, I don't really want to do anything more with KA motors. I'm kind of tired of them. Oh yeah, I got to show you guys this. Okay, so these are going to go up for sale. This is a sunroof out of a Pathfinder, but it'll also work in a king cab hardbody. I have the gasket for it. This is a factory sunroof. So that's going to be for sale. It's got the release handle and everything on it. So if anyone's interested in that, that's available. That's a door glass. Now here's the interesting stuff. I rescued these the other day. So if you know anybody who's looking for this stuff, I rescued this stuff before it got scrapped. This is a rear slider window for a 1983, well, basically a 720. This is a 720 rear slider window. This says it was taken out of an 83, but it would fit a 79 to 86. It's got the gasket, but the gasket's a little crusty. But the 240SX pulse, yeah, you want to go to serpentine belt? Yeah, I really haven't gotten around to that. Maybe someday. This is a rear slider out of an 88, but it'll fit in 86.5 to a 97 rear slider window. This one's also same setup, 1986.5 to 1997 rear slider window. But here's the one that you guys are probably going to be most interested in. Here's a solid glass out of a, well, it'll fit in 86.5 to a 97 hard body. So these were all inside a truck that was about to get scrapped. So I rescued them and I have them here. So make me an offer on them because I really have no need for them. I just didn't want to see them get destroyed because you really can't find the, especially for the dots, and you really couldn't, you can't find them for that. So just let me know on that one. I'll be more than happy to sell it to you. So, cool. All right, so I think we're shiny enough here. A little show and shine here. Yours truly in shine form. Yeah, the next thing I got to do to this thing is do an oil change on it. We'll get there. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, yeah, so that pretty much like concludes everything there. I think I'm satisfied. What do you guys think? Looks good? Well, I don't know why this camera won't focus. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm going to do to this truck next. I think I'm going to put 3-inch blocks in the back. I want to bring that ass end down a little bit because it sits good in the front. I like the way it sits in the front. But the rear sits up a little bit. I really want to get that down, so if I can get that down, that'll be great. All right, yeah, I'm gonna get running here. Message me on Instagram. Anybody who doesn't know what it is, it's Rainmaker_D21. I'm on there all the time, so yeah, just send me a DM. I will answer questions. If there's something that you might be interested in that I might have, I'll definitely work with you on some stuff here. Don't forget that I have parted down quite a few of these trucks in my time. So I have, you know, ask me if I got something. I'll look through the bins and see if I got anything here. So be more than happy to hook you guys up with decent pricing, because some of this stuff I'm never going to use. So I figured it'd be good to just pass along and help the next person. So yeah, this is Pounding Rocks signing off. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll bring you guys another video after I work on the Pathfinder pickup a little bit more. And I promise it won't be as wobbly as this one was. So you guys take it easy now. Take care.